Beginning in love, ending in fire. This is the story of George Jewett and his descent and rise from ashes. George Jewett is currently the manager and owner of a restaurant. His past does not indicate such a successful future. Having 2 teenage kids and a wife of 28 years, George had an admirable life. Financially wise, he wasn't all so set. However, in terms of friends and family, he was wealthy. Little did he know that everything he acquired would be lost.
Lost the car, lost the house, got nothing back when it resold.
George had no clue what just happened. He was inexplicably caught off guard. George had been married to his wife for 28 years, had 2 children, conceived by them both, and a small amount of financial troubles. His life was simply good. On April 12, 2007, at 2:30 in the morning, George's son runs into George's room telling him that there was a fire. The fire originated from 2 couches set on fire and a utility room doused with Cerno, the flammability, jelly-like substance that comes in a can. It was arson, nonetheless. But who could possibly kill an unsuspecting father and his 2 children?
The fire marshal came and gave them to us. We had no access to the house. Asked me where my wife was in the car, and I says, I don't know. Does she do this often? Nope. Been married 28 years. Both kids are our kids. Had an awesome marriage.
George loved his wife. The weekend before, they had hosted dinner for their friends and family. She seemed normal then. George and his wife had made plans to work on taxes the following day, to pack up and take all that she could, medical records, wills, all the bank accounts, and whatever else she thought necessary. Took months of planning. Her only excuse was that she would rather have her family unknowing and inhumanely cremated alive than live poor. George's world stopped. Question arose in his head like, did she ever love me? Was this her plan from the start? Was she mentally ill? But George would never find out any of the answers to these questions.
For 10 days to be found by the police. She left the state. Took the car, had packed the car with clothes, wills, medical statements, flu shot records of the whole family, and decided to break all ties. Once she was found in Black Hawk, about 10 days later, made the news and lots of stuff on Google and that. Interviewed at the Lakewood Police, and the detective was talking to her and asked, she said, I'm not sorry, I know what I did, and I'm not crazy.
George doesn't know why she did any of this. He is just grateful to have lived and that his 2 kids as well. During this plot, George's wife bogusly obtained 18 credit cards, didn't pay any of the bills, including homeowners association bill, in over 8 months, and stole $160,000 from George's father. Miraculously, George managed to work his way out of all of this debt in the last 5 years. He didn't know what was going to happen to his wife when she was brought to court.
DA charged her with 4 counts of attempted first-degree murder. She plea bargained, and I don't know why it made difference, to 2 double counts of first-degree murder. And since it was a violent crime, she was prosecuted to 48 years in prison.
To this day, George's wife is still in jail. George also has a restraining order against her. He also paid for their divorce. He doesn't think his kids correspond with her, but he leaves the choice up to them. He also believes that she was so addicted to gambling that she was not willing to do whatever. However, he does not believe gambling is a disease. He believes it's an excuse. George does not believe that love and trust are a package deal anymore.
Literally walked out with nothing. Um, yeah, literally walked out with nothing. She burned up her own wedding dress, and that she saved for years and years, and burned up all our photos and slides and all her own crafts. She did a lot of crocheting and just walked away, let us burn alive.
George is thankful to be alive and be doing as well as he is today. He has a very close relationship with both kids. He hasn't talked to his wife since the day she burnt down their house. He won't when it was left in divorce court, seeing as how she never showed up to defend her side. George has only gained a lack in faith. He believes that the only moral from the story is that you can love somebody without trust, and in fact doing so otherwise will end in manipulation and disaster. Luckily, George is not a bitter man, nor haunted by what has happened. Furthermore, he is a successful businessman and is moving on in life. But neither he nor his kids will ever forget the woman in a camouflage suit living amongst them for so long, calling herself Mom.